What is up, Citylight? How are you guys? I hope you are awake, got some coffee, Bible open, ready to read, discover what God is doing now in the book of Exodus. My name is Doug, one of the pastors over in Council Bluffs, and I want to talk with you a little bit today about God's law. And honestly, my friend Chuck Kaiser preached this sermon for Council Bluffs just this past Sunday, so I got my sermon notes, and I'm just going to give you all of his good stuff because it was incredible. Here's my biggest takeaway. When you open up Exodus chapter 20, and you got the 10 commandments, you shall not do this, you shall not do this, you must do this. We hear it as a bunch of rules, regulations, boundaries, prohibitions. But what Chuck helped me see in Exodus 19 and in Exodus 20 is that God gave his law to his people for his glory and for their good. God gave his law to us, to his people, for our good. It's not to remove us from pleasure. It's not to keep us from enjoying life. It's actually to promote our pleasures and help us enjoy life more, because then we're doing it in the good boundaries that God, as a loving Father, gives us. Chuck helped us see that the reason God gave us this law, he had three goals, three conditional promises that he gave to the people. He said that his people, because of the way this law shapes them, will be his treasured possession, his very own child. It's kind of like the difference between watching your own children and babysitting your neighbor's kids. You love your neighbor's kids, they're great, they're fun, but your own treasured child is yours in a special and unique way. That's why God gave us this law, to shape us and form us as his own treasured possession. Number two, why did God give us this law? Also, so that we would be his representatives. It says in Exodus 19, verse 5, that we will be a kingdom of priests. Basically, you and I represent God to the neighborhoods, the co-workers, the people around us. Just like you might represent your employer, so we represent God. And they know things about God by watching us. That's why God gave us the law, so that we can represent God clearly and as best as we can. Third goal that God has with giving us this law is that we will be a holy nation. Now, when you hear the word holy, you might be like me and think, oh, holiness means absolute perfection. You never sin, you never mess up, you never make a mistake. And that's part of holiness. But what Chuck helped me understand yesterday is that in Exodus 19, when it says we are a holy nation, it isn't really talking about being perfect and never making mistakes. It's more about being set apart. It's about being different. And what he helped me see is this law of God in Exodus 20 and following thereafter. That law, when we know it, we treasure it, we study it, and we try to live by it, it makes us as God's people unique, just like it made the Israelites way back then unique, set apart, different. And so I hope by you thinking through those three goals, those promises that come with the law, that we would be a treasured possession, God's very own child. We would be a kingdom of priests, his representatives to the world, and we would be a holy nation, set apart and different. As you think about those three purposes, may it shape the way you read Exodus 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and forever throughout the book of Exodus. Citylight, love you guys, and I hope you enjoy Jesus in the book of Exodus. See you later.